Yeah, folks. Second straight day, fresh off of work. Just wanted to come on here and voice my opinion about something else, something that I had seen yesterday, but was comfortable in the house once I got home from where I just was like, I'll just address it another day. This Dana White situation. Dana White, I don't know if you guys saw TMZ release a video of I guess there was a New Year's party and he said something to his wife. His wife slapped him and he slapped her back twice. And what I need people to do is keep that same energy for one group of people as you do for the next. Now, my favorite show over the last over decade, over 10 years, has been First Take. I love Stephen A. Smith. I love Molly. Loved it when it was Stephen A. and Skip and Carrie Champion. I love. Oh. But man, did they let me down yesterday. And it didn't surprise me, but the level of which, the letdown was like, wow. It's clear that, I mean, we all know that ESPN is in bed with Dana White and as far as in business with him, with the UFC. They carry their pay-per-views and whatnot. But I know I've heard of several other domestic abuse situations, where the energy was so much stronger, particularly from Stephen A. Smith and Molly, especially when it comes to somebody hitting a woman, where the energy was so much stronger than what it was. And yesterday was a puppy dog, patty cake, pity party thrown for Dana White, who was clearly in the wrong, and he admitted that he was in the wrong. That's great. That's great. But I wasn't looking for Stephen A. or Molly to eviscerate Dana White or anything else like that. But the pity party that was shown was so obvious that, well, we can't say but so much because we in business with him. And the thing about it is, it's so clear that different strokes, different folks, because what if that was Kyrie Irving? If that was a video of Kyrie Irving doing that, can you imagine what have been said, the amount of coverage that would have been on it? First Take talked about that Dana White situation for 5 minutes. Imagine if that was Kyrie Irving. And the reason why I mentioned Kyrie Irving is because he's been the punching bag. He's been the punching bag. I haven't agreed with everything that Kyrie Irving has done. I thought he should get vaccinated. I do think he misses too many games. But you ain't seen him do that. I thought it was excessive about the whole tweet thing. I thought that was excessive. Imagine if that was Kyrie Irving, or what if that was LeBron James? Or what if that was Kevin Durant? Or what if, or what if that was, I don't know, what if that was Floyd Mayweather? What if, different strokes for different folks. And we're going to go so light on Dana White because he's a friend. I gave him a heads up and let him know that we were going to talk about this. He's a friend. He has a beautiful family. Domestic situations have happened before with people with beautiful families, but yet we don't get that level of a pity party. And while I agree with what Molly said, you shouldn't judge people at their lowest moment, I agree with that statement. I don't agree with it coming from the source, because yes, you do. That's what they get paid for. That's what people on First Take, Undisputed, First Things First, Speak for Yourself, that's what they get paid to do. They get paid to judge people at their highest and at their lowest. So I agree with the statement, but I don't agree with the source, because that's exactly what they do all day, every day on those debate shows, is judge people fairly or unfairly. I mean, look, nobody on this planet is qualified to judge anybody, period. But that's what they do. So don't have that energy, because whatever low moments that Kyrie Irving has had, we haven't had that same type of energy. We're not going to say nothing ESPN because we're in bed with Dana White. So Mickey Mouse is sending checks to somebody who's slapping their wife on video. I'm just saying. That was very, very disappointing. It was very disappointing, given the fact that similar situations have happened with other people who didn't have a rap sheet for doing that, but the vitriol was a lot harder. The venom was a lot more. The energy, I don't even want to say venom. The energy was a lot more noticeable than for this situation with Dana White. Again, man, different strokes for different folks. And I don't know if it's because he's very powerful or if he's very powerful and has the right skin complexion. Yes, I went there. But for somebody to be smacked, for somebody to be on camera hitting their wife twice, and for a show like First Take, which one thing you hear from Stephen A, this is First Take, let me keep it real. The only thing that was kept real on that segment about Dana White was it was real weak. Straight up. And that is my favorite show. I hate saying this about my favorite show, but I got to call a spade a spade. And for Stephen A and for Molly to approach that segment, that topic, as soft and as pity party as they did, is very disappointing. And for that segment, only that segment, you look like you sold out. For that segment only, because that was pitiful. And the only way any change, quote unquote, is going to happen, even with somebody as powerful as Dana White, is if it's brought to the forefront, if it's brought to the attention, not just for one quick 5-minute segment, but day after day after day, the way the same thing is done about Kyrie Irving, the way it's done about Ben Simmons, the way it's done about any black athlete who would have maybe done such a thing or done less. Kyrie Irving didn't do that, but he was killed in the media. Or if that was Ime Udoka, we need that. Ime Udoka, he ain't slapped nobody. But you heard about that story day after day after day after day after day. We know why ESPN's not going to do it. Shout out for Dan Le Batard for bringing that to the forefront, because it's necessary. Because you can't expect change in one area, but then dismiss it in another area. Because if one thing that I love about First Take is its consistency. Where was your consistency there? Where was your morality there? It wasn't. And that's very disappointing. And for that one topic, look like you sold out.